Hey folks, MACT back, and hey, before I get going, remember, like, subscribe, yeah, hit that thumbs up, and also share these videos in your Facebooks, your MeWes, everything that you got going on, and of course help me get out there further for all those that might be interested in the Ford Edge. However, this is sort of a general topic. I really want to cover basically, we all see the cost of used vehicles going up. So basically, I always say the used car in your driveway is probably the best used car you have, and that is playing out over a lot of scenarios here due to everything on the economy and how it's all working out. We all know that we've seen all these memes and everything else about dealerships charging outrageous markups on cars, and used cars are just going astronomically high. People in my group are saying they're selling their Edges for what they paid for them several years ago. So that is a bad thing in a way if you sell it, because then you're going to be out buying a car that costs even more anyway. But what I am seeing many years ago, and it wasn't that far or long ago, used cars on the average on the road were basically, I think 11 years. People would have, the average car age on the road was 11 years old. Today, the average age of a used car is over 12 years old that is on the road. And that is some statistics I read in different news articles here that you can do a search for and verify. The average age of the lifespan of a vehicle is now over 12 years that's driving down the road. So that being said, what's bringing it all about? And we all know, in our hearts and our minds that cars are getting more expensive, but also cars are lasting longer. Sure, we can go against models and say this model's better than that manufacturer, Toyota, Ford, GMC, all this other stuff, Hondas, whatever you want to buy. Okay, there's tons of them out there, Kias, Hyundais, and everything else. You can do the pros and cons and argue right or wrong, whatever you want to say, but overall, the cars themselves compared to years. When I was a kid, cars would last 70,000 miles and need a new engine. That's right, they were wearing out fast. And today, it is not unheard of for somebody to say, I had 200,000 miles on my car. And we got cars out there 300,000, 400,000 miles. So why are they making it that far? Well, for the most part, people are choosing to fix them. Now, this comes at a cost, but if you think and go back, you got your used car in your driveway and you weigh in, how much is it going to cost me to buy a used car? A used car that I don't know anything about. First of all, you have no maintenance history, and some say, oh yeah, here's all my maintenance. But truly, do you have the maintenance history, and what was wrong with it? They can maintain it, but it can still break. So the reason they traded it in was probably because it was broken, and they didn't want to pay to fix it. Now, in turn, you're exchanging a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 repair, and they get that high now, for a note on a car for $12,000, $13,000, $15,000, $20,000. Yeah, you're going to be paying for that repair for a long, long time. So that's why I always say the cheapest car is in your driveway. We did, I think, is under $3,000 for a water pump change, and we changed everything in that engine. It is purring like a kitten now, and it's got 350,000 miles on it. So it is running good. So was it worth it? Yeah, it wasn't a car note. Had that person taken that same 2011 Ford Edge and wanted to buy another 2011, they'd pay $10,000, $12,000, $14,000 for that. So it does come out to be cheaper to fix what you have. And just as some say, well, you could just put another used engine in it. Yeah, but you don't know the status of the maintenance of the engine. It is a, as they say, it's a shoot. You don't know what you're getting when you buy a junkyard engine. And, they can say, oh yeah, we'll give you a 1 month of warranty. Yeah, okay. You get it in, do all the labor, do all the work, and then it blows up. Then what? You got to start over again. So again, if your engine is solid, fix it. That's all you really have to do. The cost of the ownership of the vehicle is not that much when you start thinking about the car payments to replace it. So you know, I know for a fact that, like my credit union, they have something called a mechanical repair loan. You can actually borrow money to fix it. Ford offers Ford credit for payment for major repairs. Still cheaper than a car payment, so you can get it fixed. But in the group itself, I am starting to see a big trend on the Ford Edge group showing that folks are now opting to do major work on their vehicles to keep them running. The quandary is, like I said, the cost. Now, used car parts are also shooting way up there, and I've got some used car or some new car parts that I went out and checked prices on, and yeah, it can get pricey, but you can find the deals. And if you stick with good quality parts like Motorcraft parts for your Ford Edge, it is not a sponsor. I'm just saying it's time proven that the parts work. And I've seen other parts not so much work, and people complaining about them in the group, like the Dormans and some other stuff that they buy. It just isn't worth the extra effort. I just had somebody say they used some Dorman parts, and 2 years later they're having to do the same job over again, when the Ford parts lasted 8-10 years before they died. So yeah, there's a lot to be said about using the right parts to repair the car. And it might be just the quality assurance of what the part is you're buying from the manufacturer. That being said, I've done enough work on vehicles now and rebuilt a lot of my Ford Edges to understand that it is cheaper to buy the parts to fix them than it is to buy another vehicle. And that is just economy of scale, okay? You spend $2,000 or $3,000 to fix it, and then you can motor on down the road. I've rebuilt a complete front end on a Ford Edge. We've done the water pump, a complete front end timing job on a Ford Edge, and none of them exceeded $3,000. Okay, I think it's $1,800 for the complete front suspension rebuilt. So general maintenance, if you let something go, it's going to get worse. I had one member say, hey, I got a misfire in my car. Well, get it fixed. If you delay the repair, it's going to cause a problem, just like a misfire. Your plugs are then going to start shoving raw fuel down your exhaust, going into the cats. They're going to overheat the cats are going to melt. Now you end up replacing the cats, replacing O2 sensors, and doing a plug and coil change. And now you're looking at $1,000, $2,000 easily because of the price of the cat, and then the labor if you pay somebody else to do it. So letting your maintenance slide does not work for you. It will cause you all sorts of problems, and I see that time and time again from folks, is that they delay the repair. And I understand money is tight, but sometimes you got to weigh in. If I wait, how much will it cost me to repair in the future? Because a vehicle is nothing more than a synchrony of parts working together. And when one part goes bad, it will translate that bad operation into the other parts. Then the other parts start trying to make up for the failures of that part, and they in turn will get worn or broken in exchange for what they're trying to do. So everything is, as the old song goes, the knee bone's connected to the leg bone. That's right, everything's interconnected. So when you let one part of your car go bad, it's going to translate into other parts failing, and that's when it gets expensive. So delay of repairs can definitely cause you to pay more money. And you know, I'm saying something that's already known. It's just maybe some ignore it, hoping it'll repair itself. Like the check engine light, just put a piece of tape over it, and hey, it's not there anymore. But that's not the case, folks. It's not how it works. And I'm just telling you my experiences in the car repair that I do, that it's easier to address the problem when you see it, or even beforehand. I've done preventative repairs and replacements just for that reason. And I have parts on hand in my garage that I had for my other 2011 Ford Edge that I'm now taking all those parts that I gathered up, fuel injectors, engine, transmission mount, torque mounts, strut bearing mounts, what else was it? Brake rebuild kits, thermal bypass valves. I have everything, you know, as far as parts that I thought I would need. Yeah, it even got coils and everything else, all set aside for doing the repairs on my current Ford Edge. And now I'm moving all those parts over to the 2011 Herbie project. That's right, where we're putting that 3.7 in. So all these parts that I gathered up are now being utilized to rebuild this 2011 SEL that we have. And that is saving me a few dollars, because keep in mind, I bought these parts really cheap many years ago. And they all correlate over to the 2011 3.7 upgrade. So, hey, they're interchangeable as far as that goes, and that makes it a lot better and keeps it. So I just want to take and reiterate again, folks, the best used car you have is in your driveway. You know what's wrong with it. You know what you need to do to fix it, and it's far cheaper than going out and buying another vehicle and having car payments and everything else. Okay, we're looking at budget concerns here, and everybody does. You know, we all live paycheck to paycheck, and then that's how we have to do things. Planning ahead. If you know you need new tires, start buying one tire every payday, or every other payday, or whatever you can afford. Eventually you will have new tires. Eventually you'll have new struts. Eventually you'll have new whatever. That's how you do it. Then you go ahead and do the work and put them on, and then you're all set. You don't have to wait for that big payout and then have credit or whatever it is on that. You can plan this stuff ahead, as I have done, and is working out for me on that Project Herbie. So yeah, old Herbie's gonna suck every part out of me, but I think it'll be alright for Mercy Grill in the end. But hey, whatever you do, maintain your vehicle. That's all I can tell you. And these cars these days, very expensive. Fix them. They'll run for you. Do the job right, get a good quality mechanic, or do it yourself right. Friends, brothers, sisters, husbands, fathers, whoever. Get somebody to help you. If your sister's better at fixing your car, then get her. Okay? Whatever it takes. But anyway, my feet hit the floor today. I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too. And Mercy Grill, she's always got a couple one-liners along with a band of one, always is singing for us. And I'll see you on the flip side.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Grill production.